Welcome back to the Dividend Diplomats YouTube channel. You've got Bert and Lanny, your dividend broskies of the world. And we are back. The second video here, guys, from being posted the YouTube ban. Guys, you're with us here on a Sunday morning. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hope you're having a great Halloween night on Friday. And guys, we're here to chat a little bit about me. Oh my gosh, I'm stopping what I only introduced about 6-ish months ago, my daily SCHD buying. I am going to stop, and let's find out why.
Smash that subscribe button, everybody. Give this video a thumbs up. Holla at your boys, the Dividend Diplomats. And if you didn't catch yesterday's video, we talked about 3 winners and 3 losers of earnings season, but that's not why we're telling you about that video. It had a swag giveaway. So get that video to 200 likes. Leave a comment in that video. We still haven't picked the winner, and we're still not going to until next Thursday. So make sure you go to that video and enter
Get
if
it
you
in.
haven't already.
Get your bid in, guys. All right, here we go. Now that you've liked this video and subscribed to this channel this morning, guys, we're here to talk about SCHD. You know that many of us out there, Bert included, myself from 2025 included, buy SCHD sometimes every day, every week, every month, every quarter, every pay period, you name it. People buy SCHD on a routine basis. I instituted it back in April when I started selling off some bad positions or just some positions I didn't want anymore and started adding to the SCHD position. Then I really wanted to kind of right size my dividend yield and dividend growth to kind of bolster both. And what better ETF to do that, right, with SCHD? But now over time, I've been building it up. And, as of now, I'm close to about 530 shares of SCHD in my taxable stock account. From buying it $55 every single day, I have effectively put a pause on it as of the end of October, whatever this Monday was, the 20, was it the 7th?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yep. So it is. The pause button is
Sounds about right.
on. I got $275 a week, truly starting up in the first week of November to finish off the year. So that'll help me now with a little bit more capital. I've had some other personal things going on in my life too, where I haven't had as much capital on a monthly basis. So this should also help now, kind of not to say free up, but also give me some more options when opportunities arise, because I have been able to sometimes capitalize on opportunities. And Brett, I know more details about that. So
Sure.
Bert, kind of like SHD, what are they really composed of when you look at their concentrations right now, from like a
Well,
top 10, top 20?
they have 104 holdings, and they have that annual reconstitution where they go around and they rebalance it. And so the top 10 is known to change. The allocations of percentages and sectors are known to change. So right now at this moment, SCHD, if you pulled up the top 10 holdings, they make up 40+% of the portfolio.
It's over 40% now. Wow.
Yeah, it's pharmaceutical. It's got AbbVie, it's got Merck, it's got some other big names in there too. They have
A lot
some,
of energy.
a lot of energy. You see Chevron, you see Altria, you see Pepsi, a lot of other names. Their top sectors, consumer defensive, that energy, healthcare, industrials. I mean, sectors that just haven't performed well in 2025, and um, it was unfortunate because the rebalance happened in March. Things kind of changed in April with the tariffs and new policies, or just new economic environments in general. All those things have hit their top 10 very
Yeah.
hard. I mean,
Yeah. It's
there's
very,
no one factor. It's
yeah. It's a perfect storm for SCHD. This is the second or third, time where maybe the reconstitution hasn't worked out quite so well with the timing. And I'm here not to say it's a bad ETF. I think it's still a really solid ETF because why? They still pay a great dividend. A dividend's going to keep growing because I'm looking at this top 10 list, and we all know that these dividends are growing from AbbVie, from Cisco, from Altria, from Chevron, from Pepsi, from Lockheed. All these companies are growing their dividends. There's nothing wrong about the basket of stocks that they have, but it's just really like starting to really smack me in the face that, hey, I'm total return doesn't matter, but it does matter when it's like so far from like, whoa, not to say that from what the rest of the world is doing. It's good to have some contra to it. But you don't want it to lag in the, 14, 15, 16 percentages
Well, it's hard
over a long period.
when their reconstitution for the second consecutive year has removed the funds that have the growth. Like they 1 year they cut out Broadcom, and this year I believe they cut out BlackRock. So you see, it just punished the stocks that it took out the stocks that would have supplied that growth that would have given it the total
Right.
return. And I think that's what's lagging versus the other funds, where when you look at other ETFs, they still have some of the tech that's in the growth sector of the tech, not the legacy tech, but you have people that are moving faster through AI that you see the pop in there. And SCHD
Yeah.
just hasn't
And
done.
Cisco's great.
Yeah.
Heck, I own personally over 100, maybe almost 200 shares of Cisco in my portfolio.
But
Good.
that's their one tech stock in their top 10.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
Cisco. It's nothing against Cisco. You're right. But
Yeah. Yeah. And, most of these stocks in their top 10 have just not performed well. Now, will they have their day again? Yes. Usually what goes around comes back around, guys.
yep.
So here to say, your income is going to be great. It's going to be solid going forward.
Mm-hmm.
But, when I was looking at, okay, let me just throw a quick chart here. We'll put it on here on the video. Like, how are they doing against the VOOs, the VIGs, the VYM? Again, my other core ETF holdings that I buy every day or every single week. I'm like, how am I benchmarking this now? And, every other ETF from Vanguard that I buy is up over 10% this year. It's like, it's short term. VOIM's up over 10%, VIG over 11, 12%, VOO, again, S&P 500 over 16%.
Yep.
SCHD is down a little bit over 2%. All right, that you could deal with. Let's get to the 1 year. Let's go back to last year. Okay, so VOO's up 17%, not much from just this year to date. VIG, 10.5%. VYM, 9.5%, but then SCHD is down 5.5%. And then now the 5 year charts are just starting to really spread themselves out, where the range is SCHD at 44% to VOO at 108,
Mm-hmm.
and then the rest kind of fall between. And I saw finally a funny chart. I think somebody put it out there on X. I'll have to find it. But they took, I think, the inception date from SCHD from 2011, and then they actually compared it to VYM. And VYM now has exceeded SCHD since SCHD's inception.
Yeah.
And I thought
It's
that was a shock.
Yeah. And again, this is fine. It's a good ETF. It still offers a strong yield. You still get the 3%, high 3% yield, the mid high single digit dividend growth, and it's been
At
great.
least,
But you're
yeah.
right. Return does matter at a certain point. And if you're looking to free up capital to move elsewhere into other positions, it might not be a bad move to pause your purchases. It's something I've been thinking about a lot too myself lately.
Yeah, Bert buys a heck of a lot more, and he's debating it. I'm sure it's crossed some of your guys' mind. I know SCHD Stan's probably out there watching this saying, "No, Lanny, no." It's a great ETF. I'm still going to hold it. I have over 500 shares, right? I'm going to be dripping almost into 20 something shares per year with SCHD. I'm going to have the drip. I'm going to have the faucet on, guys. So I should pick up, again, that 4 to 5 shares every single quarter. I'm hoping it's a banger of a dividend come here in December. I'm very excited about that. And I think it does fit definitely like, hey, that retirement ETF. Like, hey, if you were retired and you were living off of a 3.75 to 4% dividend, growing it at 7 to 15% almost per year from your income, boom, heck yes, slam dunk, high five, baller. I'm not there yet. Now, it's not say again. I transitioned back into SCHD. If maybe if I see a broader downturn in the stock market in general, and instead of like hand picking some of these individual stocks that are in probably these ETFs, I could just, oh, there's SCHD. They're down to what, 24, 23 a share. Sure, let me throw in more money on it just to grab a basket.
It doesn't mean you're done buying it forever. And it also doesn't mean you're not buying it along the way either, because you still have that position that produces
Correct.
over $500 a dividend. You still have all those
Oh
drip
yeah.
shares that are getting dripped in there too. That doesn't mean it's done. It doesn't mean it's gone forever. It just means you're pausing the new capital going into it for the moment.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, when I was looking at the top 10 holdings, guys, I own AbbVie, I own Cisco, I own Pepsi, I own Lockheed Martin. So I own four of the top 10. If we actually throw in my wife's account, it would boost up to Coke. So we would be at five out of the 10. So
Yeah, it's an interesting thing to think about. And again, it's something I've been thinking a lot about too, is like when do I cap my purchases from my buys as well? But that's the story for a different day and probably a different video too.
and VYM might be next for me, guys. That might be another video. We're getting close to 2,000 shares in total on that. So we might pause it after that. We'll see. I mean, I think these foundations are being built so strongly because I do think SCHD and I do think VYM and these other ETFs are such foundational positions, especially if you're a beginner investor, that if you keep buying just because I know that in the long term, you'll do just fine.
Yeah. And again, I think that's the important thing too. Things change. Everything doesn't have to be final the minute you start the purchase. You need to evaluate. You need to look at what's best. You need to adjust your strategy.
Yeah. So let us know. What are you guys doing with your SCHD ETF? Are you still buying SCHD? Did you sell your SCHD? Or are you just going to hold, or in the words of some other, team members, hodl your SCHD? Let us know in those comments, guys.
If you haven't already, everybody subscribe to the channel. Give this video a thumbs up. And remember, you're either with us or you're against us, Jack.
That was Bert the Hurt Locker and Lanny from the Dividend Diplomats. Over and out.